What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining and hopping in on the stream. I hope your night is going great. Today we have day 5, I repeat, day 5 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo here in Star Citizen, IAE 2953. Today is my favorite day of the IAE. This is Drake Interplanetary Day. Drake is basically the custom, well, not really custom, sorry, wrong word. Drake is one of my favorite shipbuilders. Drake is one of those, the greatest one out there for pirates. I'm sorry, we can't say that word. It is the more industrial, better built all-purpose ships, built for toughness and function to go out into the verse and have some maybe illicit activities, maybe not illicit activities. It's all kind of up to you. So let's get this tour of day 5 started. All right, so we are starting here in the main hall. I'm going to hop on over and go check out the layout this year for Drake. I was hoping to kind of get my Kraken finally, but one, they sold out way faster than I expected them to, and definitely was above my price range right now for the simple fact I bought some film gear, so I'm a little broke right now. But at least I invested in something to make some money back. Come on, elevator. Now, again, there was nothing released today from what I've heard so far, so no new ships, unfortunately, that are flyable in the verse yet. However, I do believe there might be hopefully something new in the hologram room. We will all find out together. All right, so right here, right in front of us, we got the new Cutter Scout that was dropped during CitizenCon. This is basically a variant of the Cutter that you lose a little bit of cargo space, but you gain massive scanning abilities. And basically, you could set this out in front, scan everything, make sure the area is safe, kind of figure out if there is anything or not that you don't want to randomly encounter. As you can see here, they did change the cargo bay a little bit, and you now have this scanning module right here for the enhanced radar system. As for the rest of the ship, though, it really has not changed any at all. Just that little tiny detail right there. And then, of course, we go over here. This is the regular Cutter, which is actually a really good starting ship. So if you are thinking about picking up Star Citizen, starting, and you want kind of a good little all-around ship that you don't want to have to lay down a good investment on to begin with, just start with a basic package. The Cutter is one of the better ones. You get a good amount of cargo area, great fuel economy. It has decent defenses, some that you can upgrade. I mean, it's not going to take on anything super big in the verse, but it is still a great looking little ship. And I love that ramp sound right there. I think one of the best activation of a ramp deployment sound in the game right now. Now if we go on over here, here we go. We've got the Drake Caterpillar. This is, as you can tell by the sheer size, a cargo hauler. And they make two variants of this. You have this one, and then you have the unlockable version that you can get through fighting the Swarm missions in Arena Commander. You can get the chance to, if you complete all of the levels and survive, you unlock the ability to get the Privateer version of this, or the pirate version of it. Drake doesn't like us saying that. It is they are an all-purpose company. They do not confirm nor deny that illicit people who work by illicit gains may love or not love their vehicles. So all of these areas are cargo bays that can be filled up and opened up from both sides of the ship. You have your lower co-pilot area now, which actually has the tractor beam attachment on it, so you can actually move things. Your pilot seat is all the way up here. And from what I've read, this whole module right here is supposed to be at some point fully detachable from the main ship. So you could technically leave this in orbit, fly down to the planet and that, do whatever little, mix and match crap you got to do, and then hop back in the big boy and take off and get the heck out of Dodge. Now, there are some interesting uses that have been found for this ship, as in a few people found out that, thank you, sir, as you saw the size of the opening there, some people have found that certain ships can load 2x2 in each one of these, some of them 2 on each side, so 4 per compartment. So as you can imagine, somebody wanting to take all your stuff ends up getting you on a bad day when you have all your friends in some Furies loaded up in this sucker, and you open all the bays, and next thing you know, Mr. I thought you were going to be an easy target gets swarmed by a bunch of Furies flying around him like a bunch of locusts on a bad day. Definitely something fun to watch. And let's go ahead and head around the frontier. And there's even an opening right here as well in the front. So definitely more versatile than just cargo and cargo alone. Let's go see over here in this side of the annex. Let's go check the map here so we're not running over into an area that's got nothing. All right. So we did make it to the right side. Then, of course, this is the same mining stuff that's been here for the whole entire expo. I think this is about the 5th time he's saying I kind of wish that stuff kind of revolved around and changed, but I can understand why it doesn't. Here we go. The Hall of Cutlasses. Now, if you want a better ship than the Cutter, a ship that is the preferred daily flyer of almost everybody out here, me included, you can get one of the starter packages with a Cutter. The one that most people that will tell you to pick is this one right here, which is the Cutty Black. They even make a nice skull and crossbones paint to show the universe your allegiances or lack thereof. Another good thing about the Cutty Black is, let's go ahead and take a look at this so I can give you all an idea of what makes this ship so versatile. You have right here, you have an amazing amount of cargo space for a ship this size. And when you get to where you're going, you can actually load and offload through the sides here, so you don't always have to open up that ramp door in the back. You go up here into the front, you've got storage lockers, you've got your weapon lockers, you've got 2 beds that 2 people can log out, you got your pilot and your co-pilot right there, and then where this gentleman's going, you've got the upper turret. So it is a very fun ship to fly. This has been one of my go-to again and again ships to fly around the Versen. I really do like it. I love the look of it. The look of it, I mean, it just gives me Firefly vibes. And I love that. Hashtag bring back Firefly. I know everybody's gotten a little older, and Serenity gave us something rather than having nothing. But I'd really, really would have loved to have seen where that show could have gone with a few seasons. Anyway, this is the Cutlass Red. This is the medical variant. So as you can see, your cargo bay's been knocked down to very little because you have 2 medical beds. This is a great ship to have if you go hopping off. As you can see, the front here is the same. If you go hopping off doing bunker missions or something crazy that you have a feeling that, you may or may not get into more trouble than you want to get into, and you don't want to lose your stuff, and deal with Croaking in the middle of nowhere, that's where a ship like this with the medical bays comes in. Now, that said, these medical bays at this time cannot do regeneration. So if you fully die, you're going back to, your home spot that you have as your regen point. But as long as you have somebody to pick your body up and toss it in the back there, you should be okay. That is the Vulture. We'll take a look at that in a minute. This is the Cutlass Blue. Now, the Cutlass Blue is basically the police vehicle, as what everybody considers it. It actually does have police action lights that activate when you turn on the lights. And what this is going to be for is down the road, bounty hunting missions. When you capture a bounty and you need to bring them back, that's what these pods are going to be for. For right now, they serve no function in the game because that gameplay has not fully been developed and come out yet. But it is a fun little ship. This ship also has something that other ships, not very many ships have, which it has, let me see here, I don't want to quote wrong, I believe it has, if I'm thinking off of memory, it has a distortion field. So let's see, Durasteel, and it doesn't tell us. So yes, I believe this actually, you can engage a quantum bubble, which will basically stop anybody in the area from being able to jump to quantum as long as they're in the bubble of that field that field creates. And this is the last one, the Cutlass Steel. This one right now doesn't have any gameplay for what it was designed to do yet. But from what we understand, especially with bunkers coming into the verse soon, that may change pretty rapidly. So what this baby is this is the dropship variant. So as you can see, you got quite a bit of little firepower here. You've got ballistic Gatlins all around this ship. Including still the same right here, interior with the upper turret. So yes, this definitely, when that gameplay comes into play, is going to be able to create some mess and wreak some havoc. I'm very interested to see how the dropships come into gameplay. Now this right here is the Drake Vulture. This is a salvage ship. So right now how salvage works is you would be up here in the pilot's area, and just to show it off, you have bathroom right there. Oh, I'm sorry, bathroom right there. Components are right there. You got a bed. You got a little bit of a kitchen here. You go in here. Here is your piloting area, and as you can see, those right there are your salvage arms. Those actually start shooting beams out that you can create the spread pattern and the focal point, and that is how you basically scrape the hull of ships and salvage them. Cool thing about this ship also too is it's not gonna allow me because Dingleberry here is standing in a damn way. Thanks a lot. Anyway, there's actually a door right there. I'll show you in a minute where that actually exits out to. No, we want to go down. So basically, as you're doing salvage, it's going to come out right here, and then it's going to teleport over into right here. So basically, you would have to exit out of the captain's seat, process, and then stow, and then go back. Or if you have another person in your crew here, that's what their job would be back here while you're actually getting everything taken care of. Now, as I was showing, this ladder right here, you can actually exit and enter the ship from right there rather than having to go through the cargo hold. I like the Vulture. It's a neat ship to fly. It takes a little getting used to doing the salvaging, but then again, it kind of is the same when it comes to the mining ships too. There's definitely a little bit of a learning curve, but once you do get it, they are very, very fun. in my opinion, to go out there and just do the salvage missions. And some of the salvage missions pay a decent amount of money. There are some high-risk ones, though. Like, you can gain certain contracts that you have a time limit to salvage because, well, law enforcement or bad entities may be coming into that area, and once that time frame ends, and you can get into a firefight or get into trouble pretty quickly. Here we go. Now we got some of the other fun ships there in the game. This one that we're running to right now is the Buccaneer. The Buccaneer is the Drake fighter. It has kind of had an up and down history in the game lately. It's gone from being a decent fighter to not so decent to decent again. I am not too familiar where the standings are with it right now, because it has actually been a while since I've actually taken mine out and flown it. But it is, in my opinion, a decent looking little ship. The last time I did fly it, I did remember that was, it had decent handlings. But I do remember that there's something about, like, I guess the weapon loadout versus other ships I could come against that kind of doesn't put it right in that high tier. Now, this is a weird little ship. This is the Herald. This ship does not, you don't hardly ever see anybody flying it. And there is nothing of what it's designed for gameplay-wise in the verse yet. What all of these little modules are, is these are data banks. So this is literally considered a high-speed data hauler. Now, as to how that's going to play in the verse, or what that's going to entail, they really haven't said much on it. I'm very curious to see how data hauling or data transfer, whatever the gameplay data style is going to be. I'm very curious to see how it actually comes about, how it affects the verse. I don't have a Herald. I do have the Mercury Star Runner, and it is a medium freight and medium data hauler as well, so it can do dual role. So I'm definitely curious to see how the data factors into gameplay down the line, especially since, I already have a ship that has the capabilities to do it. Now, here is the Drake Corsair. I personally love this ship. It is a great ship to go out in the verse on your own, or especially with friends, because of the turrets. It has a massive amount of firepower just for the pilot. You have, I believe off the top of my head, 7 guns at your disposal and a boatload of missiles. And one of the tricks is, if you don't care to have gimbaled weapons and you'd rather just the fire to go straight in front, you can actually remove the gimbals and upgrade to all heavier sizes. Because, of course, if you have already a ship that comes with a gimbal, and the gimbaled weapon is showing you that, say, it's a size 3 weapon on the gimbal, if you remove that gun and remove the gimbal, the hard-mounted weapon is a size 4. Anytime a gimbal is added, the weapon that gets mounted on it is a size down from the actual hardpoint mounting point. Now, just like the other Drake ships, the Corsair has the, I believe, I can't remember if those open or not. So basically, you go into the Corsair, you have your cargo bay, of course. Come on, open up. Or not. Well, seems like the door doesn't like me right now. There we go. So you basically have, this is going to be where whoever is playing the engineering role would probably spend most of the time, because all of your ship's components are right here. On this door right here goes into, you have armor lockers. You have a exterior door. You have a gun rack, and then more lockers. Fair warning, watch the lockers right now. They have kind of a glitch where you might actually end up inside them. That has happened to me. It is not fun. You have a nice, like, mess hall area here with all sorts of little kitchen goodies. And then here is the part I love the best is if you're running around with a crew of people, each person has their own bunk area. And then over here, you've got the restroom. Right here you have the bridge. Well, the causeway between. Here is your left and right turrets. Here is the bridge. You have an amazing view right here. Like you can literally see up, around, above you. I love the canopy in this ship. And then for the captain has their own quarters right here. Now this is the fun part I love about this ship. There have been videos of people that have utilized this feature to all sorts of fun ends. So you open this right here, and this is an elevator. So for this elevator, you can hit this and go all the way down to the surface. So you got a quick in and out of your ship rather than just having to go to the cargo bay. Or you can hit this lever, and this one takes you all the way to the roof of the ship. So as you can imagine, there have been people in firefights that have had one of their compadres hop up here with a railgun, and as you can imagine, I think I would have loved to have seen the camera angle view of the face of the individual that they were fighting the minute they saw this little blip pop up and be like, what the heck is that? And the next thing you know, they get blown away by a rail cannon. But that is the Corsair. The other thing about the Corsair too is you can change out the missile hardpoints, and I want to say somebody figured out a way to get, it was like 26 missiles on this thing. Now bear in mind they were only I think size 2s, but still, that is a lot of missiles with that many guns. So count that, you got 7 guns for the pilot, 26 missiles if you load it outright, and then you have 2 guns on each turret. So that's 11 guns total and 26 missiles. Now the missile count may have been higher. I'm just remembering off of my head, I think there was a size 2, the max they got was 26. So yeah, that is a serious amount of firepower to be laying down on people. Ah, see, someone has actually gone into the Caterpillar and opened up all the doors. So now you can see what I was talking about each one of these compartments. You can fit 2 Furies side by side on both sides. So that's a total of 4, 8, 16 Furies that could come flying out of just the sides. And then you can fit a little bit of a larger single ship right there in the front. So in a sense, you can turn it from a cargo into a carrier if you really wanted to. Let's go see what we got down here in the lower levels today. Ah, we got our dragonflies. These things are... I'm kind of hit or miss about them. They, I think what threw me off is the first time I ever got on one, I did not expect these suckers to be as rapid to the response of moving forward as they are, and how insanely fast they go. So that's not a bad thing. It's just they do have one heck of a learning curve, in my opinion. And now over here we have the mules. So the mules are exactly what they say. They are cargo haulers. So you basically can load these suckers up with cargo and take them back to the ship, then offload them into the ship, take back out, and keep rinse, wipe, rinse, repeat. There was for a while a nice fun little glitch that people had with these. That say you had some armor and stuff that you wanted duplicated. You could load the mule up with everything it could hold of what you wanted duplicated. Then you'd go into you would stow it, go into the vehicle commander, save the loadout, respawn it, and all your stuff you had stowed in it would respawn with it. You'd yank it all off, stow it away, hop to another planet, respawn it, and it would keep you basically keep repopping up with all the stuff you had attached to it. So in a sense, you could create as many copies of whatever your favorite armor was for a while. And then, of course, that got fixed, and I don't know off the top of my head if everybody was able to keep the armor. They wiped it all. I'm pretty sure they wiped it all. You know, it's kind of a big oopsie if you think about it. Here we go. This is the Kraken. So you have two variants. You have the Kraken Privateer. So basically, the normal Kraken has a lower cargo hold for land vehicles and smaller vessel, and mainly land vehicles in particular. And basically, the Privateer gets rid of all of that and puts in a mall to where you can make money. But it is, in all of its glory, the space aircraft carrier. It has refueling, it has repair capabilities, and to give you an idea of the sheer size of this thing, let's go back to the other side to be able to show you. One of these areas right here can fit a ship on average, just this little pad right here, just that section, a Cutlass. So as you can imagine, this thing can hold quite a bit of ships on her. I foresee some crazy, insane fun once these come out into the verse. I could see orgs galore charting off into the vastness of empty areas and building, if they allow it on in asteroid fields, building their own versions of Grimhex as their outposts, and just having these going off into, you know, massive raiding and hunting parties. Plus, could you imagine a battle with, say, get 2 or 3 orgs versus each other, and each one of them has one of these? That's going to be some epic stuff. One, I would love to be captaining one of these, just because the sheer size and the feel of what it's going to feel like, the sheer immersion of being at the helm of one of these. Or 2, just to be a guy floating around filming all of the craziness that's going to happen once these come and, you know, the orgs decide it's time to prove who's top dog. Definitely gonna change the game big time. Plus, especially with expansions out, like, you know, new universes, like new systems like Pyro, ships like that are gonna basically be a necessity. Especially, hopefully, as new systems pop up, I can imagine eventually systems coming into the game that are even larger in scope and vastly spread out. That's, you know, just... I can't wait till that freaking happens. That is going to be some fun stuff right there. So this basically is everything for day 5. As you can see, there's definitely a lot of different gameplay to offer with the Drake ships. Like I said, they are my personal favorites, just because I love they feel like something who lives and breathes middle class, the hard worker, the outcast, the outlaw. They feel like the type of ship that somebody like me, if this universe did exist, I would be flying one of these. For as nice as the Origins and some of the other ones are, they are very yuppie-esque and you know, frou-frou. Not my cup of tea. I like the raw angular designs. I love the industrial feel of these ships. Like, they feel like ships that have been lived in, ships that have gone through hell and back and are still running and telling a story and doing what they were meant to do. When you're actually flying one of these and you're actually fighting in one of them, you feel like you're in something that, you know, can take a beating and dish out as much hell as it's getting. It'll throw right back out. And once something like the Kraken comes into play, it's just going to really change a lot of this stuff up big time. And I just can't wait to see it. I think we have some amazing things coming forward in Star Citizen that, you know, a lot of things are going to change, and just more and more bigger, better things are going to be added in the long run. So that's my take on it. Like I said, this has been the Drake Day. One of, like I said, my favorite ships. My fun times have, since day one, have always, for the most part, been in a Drake ship. Now, as for tomorrow, day 6 of IAE, basically we've got quite a few things that look like they're coming out tomorrow. We've got, the first one is Argo Astronautics. We've got Consolidated Outland. We've got Grey Cat Industrial. And we got Kruger Intergalactic. So we're going to have a few little small fighters. The Snubbies are going to make their showing. We're going to have a whole lot of land vehicles, mining vehicles, industrial complex vehicles. So it should be a little crazy wide variety. Who knows? Maybe the CIG and our mighty, almighty one above, Chris Roberts, will bless us with some new vehicle we've never heard of and give us an almighty drop. But again, thank you for joining into the stream. Thank you. I know it's been a short one. Hopefully once IAE is over and the servers aren't getting slammed to hell and back with people hopping in and crash ships and all sorts of stuff just littering crap around everywhere, we can all get back to a normal stream, and we'll go have some fun, crazy shenanigans with the boys, and have some fun hilarity stuff, and do a nice big long stream. My goal, hopefully within sometime in December, being the silly season and the time to give and give away. My plan, and I won't say which ship yet, is I would love to gift out a starter package to somebody. So if you see this video now, they will all be up on all the media channels that we have here at Mass Cafe Gaming. Again, I am Lone Wolf. Thank you for joining. Like I said, future giveaway coming in December. Spread the word. Watch the videos. Share, like, do whatever you want to do. Tell your friends about it. Let everybody know we are going to have a subscriber event. Maybe even try to do a 12-hour, all no-holds-barred caffeine fuel shenanigan-themed run. And at the end of it, give a ship away. So we will again. I will see you tomorrow for day 6 of IAE 2953. Stay safe out there, everybody. Have fun, and we will see you again tomorrow.